good, Dave. How you doing, mate?
I'm going really, really well. Thank you so much for agreeing to talk to us today.
Oh, yeah, not a bother.
So I had a chance to sit down and watch the film today, and I have to say congratulations. It was an absolutely fantastic film.
Oh, I'm glad you liked it. That's good to hear.
So, Michael, tell us a little bit about how you first became involved with this film and what you thought when you first sat down to read the script.
Well, Ryan Hooper, who directed it, got in contact and he sent the script through. That's how it came through my agent. And then the film from Wales, which piqued my interest. You know, I like independent films that tend to be a rich, quirky story in a universe. I'm always interested in that. So I read it and I was beguiled. I just really liked the character. I liked that sort of philosophic, older man in a weird situation. So I felt like he was the centre. He was the calmest planet in this mad universe. So that sort of drew me in. So just take it from there, really. I like the cut of its jib.
Yeah. One of the things that I found really interesting about your character is there's not a lot of backstory there that we get to see as an audience. So without really spoiling anything for our listeners, how much of that backstory were you able to learn from speaking to the director and the screenwriter that's not there in the screenplay?
But we sort of came up with an idea of who he is. You know, it's what's in the screenplay is, you know, his past comes back to haunt him basically. He's had a quite a dark past, and he's retired to Wales to avoid that world, and then the world comes and finds him inadvertently. So that world that he's in is, you know, I think it's left to the imagination, but we can all imagine what a Northern Irish man in the UK could be up to, who has that taste sort of attitude, you know. So I think I just in my head I had him as a man who had left Northern Ireland years ago and who had a very dark and troubled youth. I'd say he was like a gangster and maybe involved in paramilitary activities and has sort of retired from it and didn't, you know, but just struggling to try and not give too much away.
Yeah.
But really, it's just a guy who had a dark past, basically, who's, you know, it's like that in the Western, isn't it? It's the bad guy who is older now, puts the gun down, but then the young guns come looking for him. It's a classic sort of Western story, isn't it?
Yeah. As an actor, do you like having that bit of freedom with your character? I mean, there's some scripts where everything is kind of explained about the character. As an actor, do you like to have that little bit of freedom where you can imagine a little bit about what's happened in the lead up to the film?
Yeah, completely. I think you need that. I need that as a sort of keep a grip on things. You know, I can make it up, and if it's not in the script, I'll make up a whole backstory for somebody, whoever I'm playing, so that it gives me a sense of a timeline that's went before me, so that I can, if we're shooting out of sequence or we're shooting one week and then we're not shooting for another month, I can slip back into the character because I sort of made a past for him that he can slip back into. You know, it's sort of, you know, when you see people climbing walls, you get those little grips. So you put the grips in where you know that I can slip back into that again. You know?
So you mentioned about the Western feel to the film as well, and that certainly comes through when you add the soundtrack as well. Was that something that you spoke to the director about when you first started working on this project, that it did have that Western feel even though it was set in Wales?
No, I think it was a director and the writer's idea from the to make a sort of a modern Western. That was You know, not make it too obvious, really. But those are the sort of themes that run through the film. There's lots of little themes that run through the film. Like if you're a film buff, you'll be able to look at them and pick them out and go, oh, I see that, I see that. You know, and it's a homage to a lot of different genres, but set in Wales. So I find that premise very exciting and quite interesting. Yeah. But it's tricky. You've got to do it right. And I think that's one thing that Ryan's done. The director's done is it looks right, you know. And he was very precise about how he wanted it to look and how he wanted me to perform and how he wanted me to be. So I really just liked also, you know, we'd negotiate, we'd talk about stuff, and I'd make suggestions, but he had a very strong vision for what he wanted. So I was quite interested just to go along with that, which I really enjoyed, you know.
Yeah. Do you love working on genre films? Because I've just seen you in Gunpowder Milkshake as well, and that's another brilliant genre film. Do you enjoy doing genre films, and is action one of those genre films that you really enjoy doing?
I just love a good story. I love a bit of fun, you know, and I love to mix it up, you know. And so Gunpowder Milkshake isn't something I would normally have been asked to do or would do, not necessarily would go out looking for it, but it was just I was asked to do it, and I went along, and it was hilarious. It was so much fun. So that can be like a great, you know, it can be a great step away from heavy drama. But also I love heavy drama too.
Yeah.
I think as an actor, I think there's a misconception with actors that you get to pick and choose how you want your career to go. Invariably, you know, what happens is that, you know, scripts are sent through, or you go for auditions, or you're offered stuff. But it's not necessarily a path that I'm carving out for myself. It's just stuff comes along and you go, what, like, I'd like to try that, or I'm not so sure about that. You know, the only choice an actor has is to say no.
Definitely. Now, one of the things that really hit me about The Toll was there's a comedic side to this film as well, and it's a bit of a black comedy in the sense that at one moment a character will find themselves in a funny situation, such as the iPad situation, and the next minute there'll be somebody getting shot in the head. What was that like during those scenes where there was a little bit of comedy in there, but also a fair bit of violent action as well?
Well, I think, you know, I think what you're seeing and what you're reacting to is the finished product. So, you know, we'd have shot that in different sequences, in different days. We'd have done different scenes before it, so it wasn't shot chronological or sequential, you know. Everything was shot out of sequence. We grabbed the scenes where you could, and sometimes because of the weather dictated a lot of things. A lot of things are out of sequence, so that takes the sort of the visceral side of it, content out, and it takes the comedy out of it sometimes as well. You know? What you're seeing, which is funny or scary, usually has been created in the edit this week.
I really enjoyed the scenes between you and Anna's. I thought they were absolutely brilliant scenes. What was she like to work with? Because she seems to be a star on the rise. Like, I've already gone through her IMDb to try and find other projects that she's worked on to watch as well.
She's a fantastic actor. She just shines. The camera loves her. And she's incredibly erudite and funny and light, and she's got a lot of humility, and she's got a lot of empathy, which is, for an actor, to work somebody like that, it's really it's lovely. We get on really well. She's really funny and really clever, and you know, and very, very proud of being Welsh. You know, she's a Welsh speaker. She's immersed in the culture. She's immersed in her world. So it was, you know, when you go to Wales and you work with people who are proud to be from the country that they're in, they celebrate it, and that permeates through their performances. It permeates through their soul and their spirit. And you know, it was quite humbling working with her in a lot of ways. I just find her just a joy to work with. But also there's you know, as you say, she's a star on the rise. When you're working with the camera lovely, just look at her and go, well, you've got an amazing career ahead of you. You know? So I wish her well. I think she's fantastic.
Definitely, and I think also this is a film that here in Australia is going to make a lot of people sit up and take notice of Ryan as a director. What was he like to work with as well?
He's very, he's great. He's very funny, very clever. He gets the joke. He likes to keep the ball in the air. But he knows exactly what he wants. You know, so I just put myself in his hands. You know, he wanted me to play very small, play my cards very inward, not be sort of outward, which I can be at times, especially in situations where I'm playing a scary bloke who might kill you. You know, he just wanted me to play really small all the time, and that was a really nice lesson. So I just literally put myself in his hands, just do what you want here. You know, I'd make suggestions sometimes that would work, and sometimes it didn't. But that was all part of the process, and I loved it. I think he's great. I think he's a really good eye. He's a massive film buff, and he loves filmmaking. He loves cinema. You know, he's a fan. You know, he's got all that enthusiasm of a fanboy, as well as the technical nous as well. You know, yeah, I think he's great. He's another one I think will do really well. He just keeps going. You know, I'd love to work with him again. He'd love it.
Definitely. Well, Michael, I know we are almost out of time, so just to finish off, is there anything you would like to say to our listeners before they head out to see The Toll next week when it opens?
Well, you know, stay safe, wear a mask, love each other, you know, have a wee dance every morning after you've had your breakfast, shake, right? And you know, keeping the balls of your feet, but love each other and enjoy The Toll. You know, it's a lovely story. It's quirky, suspends your belief, and enjoy it. That's why it was made. It was made for you to enjoy. You know? So yeah, God bless.
Awesome. Well, Michael, thank you so much for taking the time to chat to us. It's been an absolute pleasure, and we can't wait to see what film you work on next.
All right, thanks very much.